Hi guys, it's Alicia and I am Adventures of Stitching, and this is, are you ready for this? My mid-year whip parade. I have 41 whips. I actually have 2 finishes to show you, so that's gonna knock my whip count from the real number of 43 down to the 41 because I'll show you some finishes. How are you? I'm so happy to be here with you, and I know this is long overdue. I promised it about a month ago, but here we are. It's still technically mid-year, right? It's mid-July of mid-year. Anyways, I hope you all are doing well. I am not organized today. I mean, what I've done for prep work is write out my whips from order of when I started them. No information whatsoever beyond that. I dragged all my whips out and I unzipped all the project bags. None of them are lined up in order. None of them are ironed or taken out of hoops, so this might be a longer video just because I'll be doing all of that live here with you. So, I guess I'm a little overwhelmed. I'll just jump right in because I don't really have anything else to say. This is not a normal floss tube, so I don't really like have my groove. Anyways, my first whip I'm gonna show you is my oldest, I was gonna say my original whip, I guess that works too, but it's my oldest whip, and it's Cinderella Wishes Upon a Dream. And this is honestly like what got me back into cross stitching, but it had taken a lot of like long-term pauses. Let me do this over here. I asked for this for a Christmas present one year, and my mom actually got it. I think she found it on a very good sale. And when I started it, I had no idea what I was getting into. Like, I'd never done a full coverage before. I kind of stuck to a lot of smaller things or non-full coverage dimensions kits. So I had some experience, but this was a whole nother story. So I think I got into, I feel like I was like in this area. Man, I gave it up. I just put it aside for like 2 years, and then I discovered floss tube, and I was like, ooh, I could do parking, and that would help, and using 2 different colors of highlighters on the chart, and all of that is what got me back into cross stitching. So we can thank floss tube for that, which is part of the reason why I wanted to make my own videos, is just like they are very helpful for people who feel like they are in over their heads, like I was. So here it is. I didn't tell you what it was. It was the Disney Dreams collection by Thomas Kincaid, and it's out of print. You can still find it, but they'll cost you a pretty penny, and I'm not sure if they're really like worth what people want for them, but here it is. So the goal this year was to finish that chunk that's unfinished. That's all that's left of the I guess you could say upper pages that came in the kit. I'm using all kit stuff, and I am actually prepared for running out of floss, and I'm just going to like DMC match the best I can with like a floss conversion chart online. But yeah, there it is. I'm very happy with how it looks. I know some people don't care for it, but I love it. I think it looks great. So that's whip number 1. One of the reasons I was wanting to do a mid-year whip parade, I am in a bit of a whip fog, and whip is works in progress in case you don't know that. And I thought, hey, a whip parade could probably help me figure out how I feel about each whip and like what I want to accomplish by the end of the year. So basically, I don't know if I shared this at the beginning either. I told you I'm a hot mess today, but you're getting a whip parade, whether it's put together good or not. It's not professional. Anyways, you're not gonna get progress pictures from the beginning of the year to now. What we're gonna do is at the end of the year, I will be giving you the progress pictures of what I got done throughout this whole year from the original whip parade in January. So you'll get a more clear picture of January to December, like actual progress. The mid-year is hard for me to gauge what all happened when and like how much happened, and I want kind of like that shock factor for myself, and it might be more satisfying for you too. So that is the goal in that. It's easier to edit too, but that's actually like not the reason that I'm doing it. I'm doing it just because I don't want to share progress and muddy the waters, so to speak. The next one is going to take me a minute to get out of the hoop because it's my focus piece, which goes in and out of focus. Sometimes the focus gets blurry when I get burnt out or bored. It is my, I just call it Mickey and Minnie, but it's actually called Sweetheart Cove. It's also Thomas Kincaid. This one I think is unlicensed. I got it from Etsy. Excuse me. I might need a drink. And so there's that. I started this in 2021, so there's a big gap between that first whip and this one. This is my first project that I ever like put together myself, where I found the chart and then I found the fabric and then I went and bought a oodles amount of floss, probably more than I needed. But hey, better have too much than too little, right? This is on 25 count opalescent Lugana. Don't get opalescent unless you're ready for the task of poking your needle through the plastic, the sparkle. But here we are. This is gonna be a big difference from probably my last update. I don't actually know how much I put in. But I'm working obviously in this page here, but that window was extra fun to work in. I did that in like a night. But yeah, there it is. So this one, I challenge you in the video to pick out where I switched from full cross to tent stitch, because I started out 1/1 full cross and then I switched over to 2/1 tent stitch. I'll even zoom in for you to make it easy. So you tell me if you see where that happened. I can't, and I know where it is. The flowers are confetti heavy, like that's a lot of thick stuff going on. So this one I wanted finished by September of this year, but that's not happening. That's our anniversary, and I'm not gonna make it, and that's okay. That's okay. Okay. The next one, this is going smoother than I thought. But time will tell. The next one is the Wind in the Willows Mystery Sal from Pain Free Crafts. I think this was a 2022 stitch along. This is a beast. It is the equivalent of 16 count though, so that's why it looks more like a beast than it is, but it is still huge. Again, taking it out of the hoop because I worked on it this month. I should probably keep these, I'm okay right now, but I should probably keep my whips together that I worked on in July so I can make a floss tube. Not sure when that will happen, but at least they'll be together. Again, this one's gonna be the one that looks the most wrinkled just because of the fabric. It is a 32 count Jobelin. I'm doing it 2/2 full cross. And I got it back up. Beep, beep, beep. There it is. There it is in total. So I am working on part 4 right now. which is this window pane here where the greens change color, is where that part started. Get that all the way so you can see. So that's what I've done this year, basically. But I love it. The artwork is by Chris Dunn. I don't know if I mentioned that already. It is complete. The SAL is complete. So if you want it, you can just go get the total chart over there. And you can stitch the million stitches with me. I love it though. Even though I'm working on a boring part right now, I do enjoy stitching on it, like the majority of the time. So that's good. The next one, put that there. Oh dear, this is where it's gonna get complicated. The next one is my Star Wars project, which has been extra fun to work on Star Wars days. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's like a birthday party or something. This is what's it called? This is a dimensions kit. You can still get it. It's called Luke and Princess Leia. I'm gonna try not to give you glare. It's not full coverage, so and a lot of these blue stitches are tent stitches, so it does go very quickly. If you feel like you're kind of a beginner, I would suggest this, except it's on black Ada, and it's easy to see as long as you have daylight. The holes are pretty big because it's a 14 count, but there's where I am. I don't remember where I was or if I've worked on it since I showed you in a whip parade before. Oh, I definitely worked on it because of All the Kids April. So I finished this section over here. You probably remember that when I showed you. It wasn't too long ago. So I got the bottom half. I should show you the whole piece. I got the bottom half done. So yeah. Love this one. I almost feel like getting it out more often than 2 days out of the year. Although that, along with April, if I keep doing all the kits April, that could move my kits along pretty well. We'll think about that. This is what this whip parade's for, is reassessment. Forgot where I put my list. It's up here. And if I look down and it bothers you, I'm sorry. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm supposed to be talking about. I just have my list, my whip list. Oh, the next one, I have a story. I recently decided to restart this. I have it on a 28 count and I'm doing 1/1 full cross, but it is a non-full coverage. And I don't like the way the stitches look. And my fabric choice was a little too light, so a lot of the white stitches just disappear. So I have fabric on the way, but this is One Nation Under God, or Liberty, and it's by Twin Peak Primitives. I started here and worked my way this way, and I kind of have most of this done, unfortunately. I'm gonna show you just because this will be the last time you'll see this, and I have worked on it this month, so, or I don't know, I might share it in my update. But see how you can barely see the swan? I totally should have used B5200 to get a brighter white out of it, but I didn't know it was gonna do that. But yeah, like the stitches look good on camera, but in person it's a mess. So I don't like it. So I'm restarting because it's a giant chart and I have all this fabric I could use for something else. It's beautiful fabric, it's soft, it's thick, it has a good structure. I can't remember where I got it. Okay, it's Picture This Plus in sand, and it's a Lugana. And I'm telling you what, it's not worth it to have only this much done and suffer through this house. And I just can't. So I also modified, I might insert a picture because I was working with Angie on sectioning this out, And I want to get it done by next year, 4th of July, for America's big birthday. But I want to take the alphabet out here, and I'm just going to bring this up. No offense, I do realize the historical value in putting an alphabet in a sampler, but it's just not me, and I think that's okay. So all the purists, I apologize, because I do understand that it's like it has a good historical purpose. Okay, so that's that one out of the way. It's like a whip, because I will be restarting it as soon as that fabric comes, but unfortunately the whole progress thing isn't as fun to share. The next one is Lost. Oops. I'm sorry. Just stitch away, keep stitching while I find, here it is. This is Simple Pleasures by Chris Dunn from Pain Free Crafts. Love his artwork so much. Oh wow, that's a lot of extra fabric at the bottom. Okay, this is a 25 count easy guide. I don't think I can get the parked threads out of the way too much, but we'll do that. That's where I am. So I think I was fanning out. I'm not really sure. I think I was gonna do the page above it. I started out doing Extreme Cross Country and I got really bored of the 3371. The dark brown. I'm not a brown girl. I don't really enjoy when I have to stitch brown. And this is 95% brown. I'm probably overestimating that, but it feels like it. That was fun. I think I started that with a few different people. It hasn't been worked on this year hardly at all, and I think it's just because it's so brown. But it's so cute, and the colors look amazing once they're done, so I want to get more pages filled in. The next one is Cozy Winter Evening. This is a mini from Heaven and Earth Designs by Oleana Babenko, and this is on 27 count Linda. And a few people have noticed this is not hand-dyed fabric. This is just water-soluble pen that I was too lazy to get all the way out, so it kind of water spotted. And I was like, you know what? I don't care. It'll wash out at the end of everything. So if it's not stitched over, it will wash out. I just didn't try very hard. So there it is. It's very cute. This is Extreme Cross Country. So I have like 10 colors in completed, and I'm working on the next biggest color, which is this maroon. But a lot of the colors that I finished had like 10 stitches to finish the whole color, and they're like all in here. So there's that. The next one is God Shed His Grace. That one is an Abraham Hunter from Artisy. It is the medium size chart. They have a few different sizes. The Cross Stitch Studio also has this, and I would just warn you ahead of time that it's basically the super size of what Artisy has. So if you want a bigger version with more detail, go to Cross Stitch Studio. But here's where I am. Beautiful. Just beautiful. So that's how I think the bottom is coming soon, like 4 or 5 more diagonals and we should get there. Oh my goodness, I love this. Okay, why does this one not come out? If I love it so much, why does it just sit? I don't know. I think it's because originally I had it set as a Sunday stitch. I have absolutely no time on Sundays. Like, I'm hardly ever home. we're rushing around to get to church, just socializing, sometimes groceries, errands, all that stuff. Just fun things, because we don't really have like work to do, you know, because it's Sunday. So stitching doesn't happen on Sundays unless I have the energy after we get home and it's dark. So that's why it doesn't come out. I should designate another day for it. The next one is my first, and first Mirabilia, I should say, not my first. And it's Lady of the Mist, and I started it on my birthday in 2023. Yes, we are in, I haven't been telling you what year. So God Shed His Grace was my first one in 2023. The others were 2022. I'm not gonna take this out. I'm gonna be lazy. She's all in there anyways. That's her. This is her lap right here, and it goes down. She's like seated, and then she's leaning over this way. This is her one arm. And this is I believe it's a 32 count, but it's a mystery fabric because I just found it at an antique store. And actually I started this project because I found this fabric. So I think it'll be beautiful. I love it. It'll look like a dusk scene. Yes, 2/2 full cross, and yes, it needs to come out more as well. We'll see. This is A Church for All Seasons by Nikki Bomey, and this one's from Charting Creations, and I think it might be my only Charting Creations piece. And what I'm trying to do is work on it in the season that I'm living in, so time of year. So the first church is spring, and it covers this span. Then the next one's summer and covers up to here, and then fall, and then winter. So I need to start in on the summer corner here. I'm just gonna work off of diagonals for each section. There we are. This is a 28 count, and I'm doing 2/1 tent stitch. The first year, was it the first year? Yes. Yeah? I don't know. I think it took me 2 years to go all the way around the border and mark out like where each season starts. And then this year I've finally been able to like fill in the corners. So again, this one needs to come out. You know what? I'm gonna mark, this is handy. I'm gonna mark the ones I want to do more. Anne of Green Gables is next. It is the quick stitch, but it's also max color, and I cropped like a whole page off of it. So you tell me what that is. This is also on 27 count Linda, and here we are. I don't think I've worked on this at all this year. It was supposed to be a focus, but then like I realized Mickey wasn't happening nearly as quickly as it was near the end of last year. So this one got put on hold again, but it's okay. And this is also 2/1 tent stitch. It is my preferred way to stitch full coverages. I have a few all different because I like to try all the methods, all the different fabrics, so I can get an idea of like what they all feel like, because then when people ask me, I can tell them, well, it's like this, to the best of my knowledge. Red Panda, mini Red Panda. This one's retired from Heaven Earth Designs by Sheena Pike. She is at Charting Creations now, I believe. Maybe somewhere else too, I don't know. But this chart isn't available anywhere yet. It might come back, I don't know, but she's beautiful. She's so cute. I was working on filling in this area so that when I move out, I can call that area done. So it's doing pretty good. I think this is a 28 count 2 over 1/10 stitch. The coverage is amazing. That's with DMC, in case you were wondering. See, that one I don't miss as much. I think I've been working on it every now and then. The next one is The Grand Library. Amy Stewart, Heaven and Earth Designs. It is the supersize max color, and I'm doing it on a 32 count Lugana, 1 over 1/10 stitch with CXC floss. And I'm not taking it out of the hoop, but I just want to show you the fabric with the hoop. And yes, it will be very, very wrinkled, but here we go. What the heck? And have I worked on it this year? Not that I can remember, but here it is. Let's fold that up so I can show you. So there we are. See how beautiful that is? I guess I worked in all my parked threads and I went cross country with this, I'm pretty sure. Not to say that I won't go back to parking threads, because actually it's kind of funny. Nikki Stitchy was just talking about how she goes through moods, I think Rainey does too, of parking all the threads and then one day going, ugh, and then like working them all in and then going back to parking. And I was like, I feel that. Totally. Okay. And then we've got Mini Evening. This is my Leonid Afromov. It's actually one that I've been working on recently because I want to get it to 5%. The colors are finally starting to like, wow. This is just a regular color. This is 2 over 1/10 stitch on, I think this is 25 count Lugana. There it is. Oh my goodness, that is sharp. That is so sharp, you guys. Look at that. Beautiful. Ah, I love those colors together so much. I can't wait to get more in. Okay, see, this one's coming out. We're putting a star by it. Okay, then I have my other Mirabilia. This one is called Tea. Here's the photo. I started on the girl with the flowers and her ribbons here. So I'm working my way over and I think up. And this is on a 16 count. Picture This Plus, and I think it's called Heroic. So there it is. Let me fold it in half. There we go. Oh, too far. I'm sorry. Okay, there we go. So that's where I am. There's an awful lot of white stitches that is going to be happening. I think it looks like I'm trying to do a little bit here and there so I don't get too tired of it. But that is a 2 over 1 full cross. And this one was supposed to be a bit more of a focus, but it hasn't. So I'm okay with that, I'm okay. Okay, we are into 2024 starts now. I went a little crazy in 2024. And 2025 is looking a little bit half crazy, but we're only half done. I really want to like reel it in. Okay, so this is Pride and Prejudice sampler. It's from Etsy, and the person that I bought it from doesn't have a shop anymore, but it's available in another shop. So I don't know if she like restarted or rebranded or whatever. I don't know, but I'll try to get you the link. So this is on 18 count jade Ada from, I think, Picture This Plus, but that's how far I am. And I'm using a variegated floss from Hand Dyed by Rolanda. There we go. Oh, the lighting is good today. That shows really nice. That's how it looks in person, so yay. But yeah, this one, again, I have no goals for it really. It's just fun. I don't really have like a drive to get it done, so it's just gonna sit there and come out whenever. But it's 2/1 full cross. There's a close-up. Pretty and fun. Get some coffee. I think we're about close to halfway. The next one I started is Wonder Woman. I think it's Warrior Princess from Tilton Crafts by Daniel Kordick. I think it's retired though, so I'm sorry. This is on 32 count Lugana, I think Silver Moon Lugana. I'm doing 1/110 stitch with CXC, and I'm doing Extreme Cross Country, and it's starting to look really good. So if you wanted to know the coverage, it is a little bit thin right now because I don't have other colors to thicken it up and shorten, how do I say this? Make the squares a little more full with the other colors. But that's the coverage of just 310. I'm happy. So try it out if you're curious. And farm stand, mini farm stand. It's actually right here. This one's by Donna Gelsinger from Heaven and Earth Designs, and it's so pretty. Look at those colors. 2/110 stitch, DMC. I think it might be a mixture, mostly DMC. And ever since I switched it over to the diagonal, I just went to town on it. So definitely happier doing it that way. This is on a 25 count potato Lugana, I believe. And, oh, we're into a kit. Where to go? This is a Letty Stitch kit. And I can never find the artist name. I did this the last time, and I'm not gonna waste as much time looking for it as I did before. But anyways, this is Island Time. I think it's Chuck Pinson or Pinson. Yes, pretty sure. Love it. I am working over here. And I just realized I might be getting kind of close to that umbrella and that blue house if I went down a little more. That's fun. There you go. I love this one so much. The colors in it just make me happy. Oh, it looks like I spilled coffee on it. That's fun, Alicia. At least it's in a spot where stitching will cover it up. There we are. I'm using all the kit stuff. I was gonna say ingredients again. You guys know if you've been here a while, I say kit ingredients all the time. That's where we are. It is 2/1 full cross. The entire project is 2/1 full cross, which lends itself very nicely to more beginner stitchers because you don't have to like pay attention as much. You just have to worry about the chart. Gardener's Paradise. This is Donna Gelsinger. It's a mini and it's from Heaven and Earth Designs. And it's on the same fabric as Farm Stand. Make sure I'm showing you the right way. 2/1 full cross. This one's actually with CXC floss. Look at that. The window and the birdhouse. Do you see that birdhouse? This one's gonna be awesome. And I was a little concerned about the detail because it's a mini and it's just the regular, but honestly I'm pretty happy. Like that's looking pretty good, so I'm happy. Next one up is Northern Night. This is a Dimensions Gold kit. It's by Abraham Hunter. Here's the picture. I started in the center and I worked my way over towards that tent and then up to the corner, top left corner. So I kind of almost have that whole quadrant outlined almost. There we are. I need to get some more done on this one. This is again all the kit stuff. Sunset in Venice. This is Dominic Davison, I believe, from Heaven and Earth Designs, and it's the mini. And I was just not feeling it for the longest time. And it's because there's browns in here. But also I was kind of like trying to figure out my method. Like what in the world am I gonna do here? And when I decided diagonals were fun, I decided to switch this over to diagonals. And it changed the game for this one too. So that one got a lot of work. I got into tree here too, like sky, because this is about to get a lot brighter. You'll see in the cover photo. It starts out dark in that corner, but man, it gets really colorful. This is a fabric. I never write down what it is. It's a 25 count, I believe, but it's like kind of has a print on the front, but then on the back it's plain white. So I don't know. 2/1 tent stitch with DMC. Love it so much. Put that back over here because I worked on it. And then the next one I think is in here too, Rivendell by Country Magic Stitch. There it is. It's on that same fabric that Pride and Prejudice is on. So it's the jade, 18 count jade Ada, and in a way it's kind of messing with the colors of this. That looks pretty good though. This is a 1 strand full cross on 18 count. So if you're wondering what that looks like, there's your coverage. I love how neat it looks, and it's like very thin. Now I actually really like how bulky projects can get. Like I kind of like the fact that it feels more like a tapestry. I don't enjoy fighting with it to get the needle in and out in tight areas, so I'm kind of trying to find like that happy medium, and that's probably 25 count tent stitch. It's a pretty good setup. Oh, Arctic Animals. Do I even have that anywhere? Weird. Oh, there it is. It's in a bag I wasn't wasn't looking for in there. This is a frosted pumpkin stitchery. Is that how you, yeah, I think that's what you call it. Sal. It was a mystery stitch along for 2024. I have parts 1 and 2 done, and I'm working on part 3. This one was supposed to be a 1 strand a day project, but I kept getting like other projects bumped in front of it. So it'll come out near the end of this year as a 1 strand, and hopefully I'll get a lot of progress. This is on Mystic Ada. It's 18 count. You know what? It might be 16 count. I think it's 18 count just from the way this looks. Yeah. This is my favorite fabric I've ever bought. Like, the color is showing true on camera today. You have no idea how amazing this makes your stitching look. Like, it makes white almost enjoyable, you guys. Look at that, it's so pretty. So, enough of that. Yeah, that one's fun. Okay, we're gonna mark that, even though I know, it will come out. It's something I want to make sure definitely does. The next one is Cafe by the Sea. This is another kit. This is a Dimensions kit. It's not gold collection, so it's not full coverage, and it is by George Bjorklund. There it is. Pretty, so pretty. I love the lighting in this. Like, you just feel like you're there. That is a nice summery afternoon, possibly morning. So pretty. This one had given me troubles the last time I worked on it, but I conquered because it didn't go in timeout until I fixed it and made forward progress. So here we are. Started in the center and worked my way over here. And the mistake that I had made was I cut out an entire 10 stitch block this way. So I had to rip all the way back here and line it out again. So counting error there, but this is on a 14 count Ada. So it's actually a very nice project to work on, like in the evenings or when you're extra tired. 14 count is nice. Not knocking it. Oh, do I show that? Yes. Okay. This one is my finish. It's my Precious Moments on our way to the chapel. It's from Precious Moments book 72. It's the June pattern, and obviously they're going to get married. And I finished it. And I had these really nice slacks hangers. They were not in use, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna hang that in my craft room closet where all my storage is, and it was hanging on the rod. So this is the rod. So now whenever I open my closet, I see this. I need to iron it and frame it, but that's my like temporary way of having an FFO, I suppose. So that one is on 14 count Ada. It's like an ivory Ada, and I did 2 over 1 full cross. And then here's, I'm trying to think when I started this, last fall, and I finished it this spring, so it went pretty well. And this is my first 1 strand a day project, because that blue car was a beast to get through. So the next one that I started after that is A Beautiful Place by Stitches So Beautiful, and the artwork is by Eder Jose Rosa. And here's where I am. It's supposed to be, I don't think I cut this to size yet. Did I? I don't know. Maybe I did. Anyways, it's one of those long, narrow pieces. And I started on the right side that time. So this one, for some reason, it started out completely like I was enamored with it. And then after I stitched it, it had so many of these browns and reds. It didn't get much love. And I need to get it out more because it is a very pretty piece. I just need to get over the fact that I'm not really a fall stitcher, I don't think. This is a 28 count, I believe, 2/110 stitch with DMC. So there's that. And then this one needs to come out this month because it's July here in the United States. And it's appropriate. I feel like this is Abraham Hunter. I think it is. This is Flight of Freedom. It's a Dimensions Gold. And it's out of print, but you can find it for basically the same price as if it were not out of print. So I got a good deal on this. Love this. Love this kit so much. It's beautiful. It's on that dove gray Ada again. Please tell me I'm doing that the right way. Yes. This is probably the one that probably should have been ironed, but you know what? I don't iron stuff until it's finished. So I worked all the way to the edge, and I'm trying to decide the next time I pick it up if I want to go down, up, or just fill in from the middle out. I don't really know what I'm going to do, but I love it. The next one is another Donna Gelsinger. This is called Let Us Adore Him, and it's like a version of the Nativity, and it's the mini from Heaven and Earth Designs. And I got more done on this, or farther in than I thought I was. So I thought this was the guy's head, the wise man's head, but no, that's his entire body, and that's the camel, like, that's his head right there. And I thought this was his head. So I was like, oh, I'm farther than I thought. This is also 25 count, 2/110 stitch with DMC. And I'm doing Royal Rose with this one, and it's working really well, so I'm not changing it. I've changed a few of them because it just was not lending itself to the Royal Rose flow. This one does. So we'll put that back over there because I was working on it. The next one, okay, this one hasn't been touched probably since it was started, but I keep showing it. This is California Dreaming by, I feel like I know his name. Oh man, what's his name? I'll put it up on the screen so I don't have to like think so hard. But this is where I am. I haven't put anything in it this year, or maybe even most of last year after I started it. But look how tiny, like here's my hand. I think I gridded out a page. This is on 40 count Verdal, I believe. And it is 1/110 stitch with DMC. And it is very, very good coverage. It's more coverage than I need. I just discovered, you'll see in a minute when I share a new start that I had this month. 36 count is my favorite for DMC 1/110 stitch. This is just a little too tight. It works, but it's a little too tight for me. So that means that most people will prefer this. So that one, I think the reason it hasn't come out is I have other projects ahead of it, and this one's so large I kind of want it to be a focus when it does come around, and we're not there yet. And that's okay. I just wanted to start it that day, or whenever it was I started it last year. The next one I worked on this month, so it's in my bin. I love this piece so much. This is Hummingbird, and I think it's called Hummingbird 15. It's from Light Unicorn Designs on Etsy. And if by any chance I don't get my links up in time and you have questions, feel free to ask them in the comment section, and I will add the link as quickly as I can to my description box if I haven't already. Because I know the mood I'm in right now, and it's not in a link grabbing mood. But okay, here's Hummingbird. I have it on a 20 count Aida. Pink. That's what I was trying to think of. My brain's starting to go. It's a pink, light pink Aida. It's gotta be my second favorite fabric color. Next to that Mystic blue. Look how pretty. So I'm not going to do the background of white stitches. I will leave the pink. So if there's white in the bird, that is, I will stitch that, but that's it. Okay. The next one, I feel like I have more whips here than I have on my list, but I suppose not. The next one is Hobbiton, and it's by Stitching Masterpieces, or Stitching Masterpiece. I think on her Etsy shop it's Stitching Masterpiece, and on YouTube it's Stitching Masterpieces. And it's a beautiful piece. It's huge. As you can see, I'm rolling out the fabric. This is a 20 count easy guide, and it's a lot of blends, so I'm doing 2 over 1/10 stitch so that I can have one strand of one color and the other strand of the other color called for. I changed methods in here. You can kind of tell right now, but I don't care because the piece is this big. Bigger than that because the fabric keeps rolling up on itself. And you're not going to be able to notice that when this is all done. So this is one I want to come out. So let me put a star by it. I can feel it. I want it out. Isn't that funny? Like, you just get little inklings of like highlights that you go, hey, work on that. You have to listen to the projects that talk to you. Because if you had less whips, you could just rotate through them and it would all be fine. They all get like great equal amounts of time. Okay, the next one is Winter Solace. I pulled out the wrong project. Yes, this one's the right one. This one's so cute because it's a mini from Artisy, so it's like a super mini, and I started it on 32 count. So it's 1 over 1/10 stitch with CXC. Oh my goodness, look how cute it is. I love this so much because I had it pictured finished in a little frame and like just like leaning on a shelf, like almost like it's just in a little portrait picture frame. So that's where I am. I think I'm about to hit 5% on this. I want this one out soon. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. Okay. And now we're up to my 2025 starts, and actually the very first one is a finish. So I started and finished. I started and finished this project in the same year and in the same half of the year. This is called Home Prayer, and I had asked somebody to chart this for me because I found it on Instagram, it says, Lord, please make my days useful, nights restful, home peaceful, and efforts fruitful. And I loved that sentiment so much, and I was like, I kind of need to have that reminder every single day of my life. So can somebody please chart this for me? And Ariana from, I think her name's Elfie Ravenway on Instagram, she has an Etsy store called Blue Fox Stitchery, and she charted this, and it's in her shop right now. So if you want it, I will share, I have the link. And I was looking for the project bag, but it's a finish. Okay, so that was very fun. That was another 1 strand a day, so that just shows I've got 2 finishes just because of that 10 minutes a day that it takes. The next one was a very spontaneous start. I think in one day I decided I wanted it, and I had fabric and I had floss, and so I just started it at random. I have another project that's like that coming up soon too. And because it was so sudden, okay, this is a 22 count, and I'm doing it 1/1 full cross. And I think it's with DMC because of the 22 count. Anyways, this is Freedom, and it's from Stitches So Beautiful, and I do not remember the artist, so I'll put that on the screen. But here we are. Her charting is incredible. Like the shading that's in here, this is just the sky. Oh yeah, I cropped this too. I kind of took off a good chunk of the bottom and just a small chunk of the top because there was a lot of wheat or grass and a lot of sky that I was like, that doesn't actually like lend itself to the whole scene, so I cut some of that out too. Try to help my sanity. The next one is Downton Abbey from Thread Geeks. This is on 25 count Lugana. And I have a little baby start. This is 2/1 tent stitch. I'm just in that corner. No idea what I'm doing here yet. I don't really know if I'm feeling diagonals for this one, so we'll see next time I pick it up. It's not really a high priority for me to get it out, so sorry, my body's starting to ache. We're getting close to the end because we're in the 2025 zone. The next one is, oh, I love this one. Spring in the City by Crochet Go Go. I actually have the cover photo here. Beautiful, the little bunnies, the village. I just love it. It's so cute. The colors are what really grabbed me. And this fabric is Fiber on a Whim, and it's 20 count Aida. Probably my 3rd favorite fabric. I could see myself stitch so many things on this fabric, but here we are. Isn't that beautiful? Like you could just do almost anything on that. It's like a bluey gray. And there's my stitches. This is 1/1 full cross with DMC, and I think it's Chef's Kiss Lush. Like this is beyond my expectations on how this would feel. I love working non-full coverage patterns in 1 strand on 20 count. It's just the best. So I need to get this one out more. I love it so much. The next one is, oh, these are cute. These are little freebie houses from Crochet to Go Go. So me and Angie, we are doing all of them and starting them in the season that we're in. So in spring, we started spring, and summer, we're starting summer. And she's doing hers all on separate fabric, and I'm doing mine I'm gonna do spring, summer, fall, winter, or Christmas. I haven't decided. I think I want winter, and then I'll do Christmas, the Christmas house like separate to have out at Christmas time. But that's that, and I think this is 16 count. Yeah, it looks 16 count, 2/1 full cross. So those are just cute little smalls. I don't do smalls usually, so I wanted to have something going. The next one is Sunflower In. I have no idea who the artist is. I'm gonna have to look that up and put that on the screen. But, and I don't even know. Okay, I didn't do any notes for this. I don't know which way. I think it goes this way. And I'm pretty sure I'm holding the right project up. Please tell me I'm holding the right project up. Yes, I am. Oh my goodness, you guys. Okay, that tells you too many whips got started. Okay, this has not 1,000 stitches in it yet because I was missing some flosses and I ordered them and it took them a while to get here, and by that point I had moved on, so this is my start. This is CXC. This might be 20 count fabric. I think it's 20 count. So that's that. I'm gonna make some notes on that one because I don't know. Put a bunch of question marks by it because I just don't know what all I was even doing. The next one I've had kitted since 2021. I mean, you guys, like, I started Mickey and I found this and I kitted it and I never started it. So like, what is that, 4 years? Finally started it on July 1st for Jane Austen. This is called Summer Ball, and it is by 2 artists, a mother and a daughter, and I can only remember the mother right now is Sandra Littlejohns, I think. I will put that information down below or on the screen too, but this one is a paper pattern, and this is on 22 count blue heart hanger, 1/1 full cross, and this is the width of the first page, and the first page is the only page high. So once I get down to the bottom, that'll be the bottom of the entire pattern, so it'll be another like long one. So, but I love the colors, I love how it looks, and funnily enough, the non-pattern keeper, like non-digital, was actually going very well, so I don't really feel like this pattern is all that complex, so I was able to just sort of go to town on it. But that one was really fun to start. The next one was super duper spontaneous. Like, Heaven and Earth Designs had a sale, and I was looking over this chart. It had been on my list for so long. I have sentimental memories with this chart location, and I was like, well, no time like the present. So I was looking at them, and they had a regular, they had a mini, and then they had a regular max color. I was gonna get the mini until I saw the mock-up of the max color, and I was like, there's no comparison, I'm getting max color. So this is a 36 count 1/1 10 stitch DMC of Riverwalk Charm by Ruane Manning. It's the regular max color, and just to give you like the size, the page size, it's like the length of my first finger. It's so cute and tiny, but the holes are actually, I don't know if I can share, I can't show it on video very well, but the holes are very easy to see. They're like bigger. You can't tell in video. Anyways, it's pretty easy to work on. I enjoy it a lot. if you want to try it, go on 123 Stitch, and you gotta look up in the menu you want fabric by count and look at 36 count. That's the only way I think I found it. It's just called even weave. It's a 36 count even weave, and it's like, it feels like an Aida with smaller squares, so it's got really good structure. It's my new favorite, other than 25 count. Like, you can't top 25 count, but if you want something different, or, you know, less floss usage, go with that one. The next one is a almost equally as spontaneous chart. It's called Valentine Nook. It's mini, and it's by Kim Jacobs, and a group on YouTube decided to have a day where everyone started a design by Kim Jacobs, which is from Heaven and Earth Designs, and that we would all start whichever pattern we bought, and we work on it every Wednesday. Now, tomorrow is Wednesday for me, and it'll be the second week, so this is all just from 1 week's progress, and I started in the middle, and it's a little chaotic because my process is all over the place, because I wanted to see how the detail looked on this mini. The mock-up was atrocious. So I was like, before I really got into a corner and like waited for detail to show up, I'm doing a middle start. So now I have to figure out what method I want to do from the middle. If you have any fun ideas, let me know, because right now I'm kind of just going 10 by 10 blocks towards the edge of the page this way. And I think I'm only like 1 block away from the edge of the page, and I'm parking wherever the floss, the next color is called for, that is nearest where I'm working. So like, this color could be here, 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 but this happened to be the closest to where I was working, so I parked it over. I don't know if that makes sense. This is a 25 count. No, this is 28 count, 2/110 stitch. But I think the detail is okay, because that's a mug, and I can tell it's a mug. So we're going with it. And then the next one is going to be a finish pretty soon. And I started it this month too, so I was even kind of debating sharing it in this whip parade, because it's only going to be a whip for another few days. But anyways, this is, excuse me, this is called Patriotic Typeface series. It's by It's So Emma, and I'm doing this one here first, Lady Liberty. Me and Leanne and Rainey all started this together, and I bought the 2 specialty flosses that go in her face, but it's a bit of a letdown, because if you see in the mock-up here, the cover, there's a lot more variation, like variegation going on there, whereas mine isn't. So I don't know if I'm like doing something wrong with the floss. I'm pulling 2 strands together and like off of the tag, and then I'm doing 1 whole cross at a time, which I thought is what people said you should do. So I don't know, like you can see a little bit here changed and a little bit here changed, but there's really not all that much that I would say is worthy of buying a specialty floss over doing the DMC. So anyways, that's just me. This is an 18 count navy Aida, and I am still debating putting all 3 on 1 piece or doing separate pieces, depending on like how I want to finish them. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but that's how far I am. It's very fun, very cute. I think the plan is to do all 3 by the end of the year, and we have like different patriotic days picked out to start them, so we don't have to do them all this month. And that was it. Those are all of my whips, you guys. Thank you so much for sticking with me through the thick and the thin and the disorganized chaos, the memory lapses. I hope you had fun. I had a lot of fun, and I got a lot of clarity. I have, let me count them up right now. I have 10 exactly of the whips that I want to bring out soon-ish, or even focus on more and get more progress than the rest. So that definitely helped me a lot. I was feeling very like wandery in the wilderness, kind of like just didn't really know where I was gonna go and which ones should get, you know, more attention or not. But now I feel better. I feel like the ones that are calling to me definitely had a right to call to me. So anyways, I hope you guys have a great rest of your summer. I'm hoping to do a floss tube update soon, like a regular update of like what all I got done, and hopefully no more new starts until the fall because I did a lot. I think I did 4 in July. So we're only middle of the way through July, and that's like half of what I started all year. It's no big deal, but it's a bit much for 1 month. You know, we can all agree on that one. So yeah, enough babbling, enough hanging out, and I got stuff to do. I'm sure you do too, and I hope you got a lot of stitching done. Let me know in the comments if you want to. You don't have to. What you were working on when you're listening to me blabber on, and that's all I have to say. So I will see you guys next time. Stitch like the wind.